Hey guys, welcome back to another PS3 pickup video. So they're coming thick and fast at the moment. I'm doing really well with the collection. As you know, I'm rebuilding my PS3 collection in 2022 and so far so good. I've been getting some gems. I haven't gone to the other big CEX yet. I've only been to the small CEX and so far it's paid out well. I've managed to get quite a few games and I've got another 8 games for you today. I got most of them, I think I got 5 of them from CEX and I got 3 from an independent retro store. So pretty good, and it helped me fill in some gaps as well because I was struggling in CEX to get certain games to fill a gap, which I'll talk about in a minute. But I managed to get the ones that I was looking for. Some in I got a couple in CEX and I got 2 in the retro store. I'm still 1 short for the series that I want, and then I'll be done with that series, which is great. But yeah, I got 8 games, not bad at all, pretty good haul. So let's just get straight into it, and we'll start out with this series that I'm gap filling. So it's Call of Duty basically. As you know, in the last video I got Black Ops, the first one. Now the small CEX, for some reason they have Call of Duty in there, but they don't have a lot of variety. They tend to have like multiple copies of the same game. But today I managed to grab a couple, and I grabbed a couple from the retro store. So the first game I got is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. You know, I don't actually remember much about this, to be honest with you. There's little parts of it that pop up in my mind. But yeah, I haven't played it since it came out, which I don't even know when that was. I'm not even going to check the date. It was let's put it this way, it's got the old PlayStation logo, so this is an early game. I do remember being at work and talking to people at work about it as I was playing it. And I remember little bits from the game and the enemy, the bloke in the tracksuit. And yeah, it's pretty vague. It's not one I've ever gone back to, weirdly. But I will eventually. I'll do it because, you know, why not? I know it was a good campaign. It was fun. Next up is Modern Warfare 2. This is one of my least favourite Call of Duties. It's a great campaign. It's got some brilliant level design and it's really fun to play through. But I never liked the no Russian mission. And I'm not a pussy. It doesn't bother me when it comes to violence and everything. And I'm not one of these people who, you know, make a big deal out of games being violent and, you know, what it says about our society and all that crap. But I just felt really uncomfortable when I played that no Russian mission the first time, and it still doesn't sit right with me. It's still, I mean, I don't, you know, it doesn't offend me or anything, but it's just a bit too close to the knuckle, that one. But overall, from what I can remember, there's some really good level design. And it was a lot of fun, the campaign. I mean, I only played campaigns on Call of Duty games. I couldn't care less about the multiplayer. Next up is the one that I always go back to, and that is Modern Warfare 3, my favourite of the Modern Warfare games. I played through this on the 360 earlier in the year, again. Still great, still solid. Still pisses me off in places, but I think graphically it still holds up really well. That one bit, which I think is early in the game from what I can remember, where you're on top of the submarine, and you're looking around at all the scenery and the vehicles and the, you know, the city, and it looks really, really nice. Even like the African mission still looks really good, which is still one of my favourites. The London mission's really cool. You're in the train station. It's got a real nice variety, and graphically I think holds up exceptionally well. Funnily enough, holds up better than I would say like a game like Ghosts, which I think is far superior on PS4, which you'd expect, but being a cross-platform, not as much. But I feel like I've played both versions in the last couple of years, and PS3 does not hold up as well as the PS4 version. Next one I got, which I'm really glad to find, I love this game, Black Ops 2, fantastic campaign. I first played it on the Wii U, back when I had my Wii U at launch, which was what, 2012, 2013, it's 2012. I really like it a lot, it's really colourful. I know it's more futuristic, but I thought the campaign was exceptionally well done, and it's, you know, full on Call of Duty cinematic, and yeah, it's great. Honestly, to be honest with you, after playing all the Call of Duty campaigns, there aren't any that I would say are bad. There's just like little bits with some of them. I mean, World at War was a classic example. I never went back to it because it never resonated with me at the time. I liked the Russian missions, just didn't care for the American missions. And I played it on the 360 a couple of months ago, and I was blown away by how good that game is, and I've realised that I've made a mistake not going back to it. So that is the only game I need for the PS3 is World at War. I won't be getting Ghosts and I won't be getting Advanced Warfare. I've got them on PS4. I don't really feel the need to own them on PS3, other than the fact that obviously all the data's on the disc, which is a big plus. But as I say, I think Ghost personally, Ghost is much better on the PS4. and I'm going to assume that Advanced Warfare is better on the PS4. Advanced Warfare being a game that is massively underrated, because I played through it earlier in the year and I got it again. I was absolutely amazed how good that game is. It's got some fantastic level design on that one. I just wish it hadn't got Kevin Spacey and Troy Baker in it. I hate when I've said it before, but I absolutely hate when they get celebrity cameos and they use their actual face. I wish they wouldn't do that. Right, so on to the non-Call of Duty games. So first up is a game that will be no surprise to anyone that likes my channel or watches me regularly, because I've talked about this game AdNauseum, and it's, yeah, well, let's just show it. It's Tomb Raider, the 2013 reboot. I mean, I just had to grab it. I've got the PS4 Definitive Edition, but I wanted the original. Honestly, the PS3 version is not the right one to get, though. I'll be totally honest. I've said it before. I've always had a problem with the PS3 version. For some reason, when I get to that part in the forest where you have to sneak through your bow and arrow, the PS3 version always screws me over. I've only ever gotten through it and completed the game on PS3 once, and that was only because the console glitched or the game glitched, whatever happened, and somehow it didn't register that I died, and didn't respawn the enemies. So I came back and there was no one there, and I managed to get through it. But for some reason, the PS3 version, and I've completed it on 360, PS3, Xbox One and PS4 multiple times, but the PS3, I don't know what it is. I don't know if anyone else has ever experienced this who's played different versions, but the forest, it never seems to go smoothly for me on the PS3. I always get seen, I always get attacked, and I just can't get out of the forest. It was only because it glitched that I managed to do that one time. Whereas on 360, Xbox One and PS4 Definitive, well, Xbox One's Definitive as well, no problem at all. Just get through the forest. I know exactly how to do it. I know which way to go, how to take the guys out of the bow and arrow. Never have a problem. PS3, bloody nightmare. But I picked it up because I absolutely adore the game. I don't own a 360, I only got a PS3 now. I've got the PS4 version, but I just want the original version. And it's on the disc. You know, the PS4 version, who knows if that'll be playable in the future, hopefully. But it's a phenomenal game anyway. That's the most important thing. Next up is another game that will be of no surprise at all, but I'm really glad because I've been trying to find this while I was out in the wild, because I've got the second game. I picked that up, I think, in my first rebuild video, and it is Medal of Honor Tier 1. And this is the one that comes with I don't think it's enhanced or anything, but I'm not entirely sure. It includes Medal of Honor Frontline, my least favourite of that generation on the PS2, unfortunately. I'd rather have had European Assault, but hey, you know, all three of them would have been nice, but you know. But yeah, Medal of Honor Tier 1, played it to death, far too many times to count. I've talked about it a lot on my channel, but for anyone that's just seen this video for the first time, I absolutely love those Medal of Honor games on PS3 and Xbox 360. I've got Warfighter over there, which is even better than this one in terms of story, but they're just great games. I love the characters, I love the Brotherhood, the gameplay is exceptional, the level design is fantastic, and when you play Warfighter and they take it to the next level with the story, they're so good. I'm really, really disappointed they never got the love they deserved, and because of that, Medal of Honor sits on the shelves, and we're just waiting to see if they ever make another one. The only thing we've had is the VR game that came out recently, which is set in World War II. It's a real shame. I would love, it's never going to happen, but I would love a third game in the Tier 1 series, you know, with those characters, because those characters are so good, so well written. It's such a shame that never happened. Next up is a game that I've been meaning to go back to for years and I never have. I really need to do it. And it's the Bionic Commando, well, not a remake, I don't know, I think it's just a new Bionic Commando. But yeah, Bionic Commando. I remember getting this back probably when it came out. I did a video on my channel, which is still up, a gameplay at the time. And I really enjoyed the game. It was beautiful. It was all 3D and, you know, open world and gorgeous. Well, it probably wasn't open world, but it was massive and it looked great and it was really fun. But I got quite far into the game and I remember getting to a part where I ran out of ammunition and I couldn't get any more ammunition, so I couldn't beat the game. I just kept dying. I couldn't get any further and it really annoyed me. So I'm hoping that this time, man, I'll play through it and actually be able to finish the game, because it's a really, really fun game. I'm not sure what's a 15 rated game, though. That's a bit odd. So the last game I got for you is a game I spoke about in the last pickup video, I believe, last PS3 video, and one I've never played, and I'll have to leave the ones that I've never played right to the end. Keep you in suspense. But yeah, this one is a first-person shooter. I've played the game on original Xbox, but I've never played this one that came out on PS3 and 360. and it's, oh, and I played it on Dreamcast back in the day as well. And it's Soldier of Fortune Payback. Now, I'm not too sure about this one. I've seen some gameplay. I watched a video recently, like a couple of months ago, where some guy on YouTube was saying how the game is actually pretty good and he had a lot of fun with it at the time. And it's ultra violence as well, which is always a good thing in a first-person shooter. I'm excited to try it out and see what it's like. I mean, you know, I'm getting to the point now where a lot of these underrated games, or these games that just didn't really get the love they deserved, I turned out to be better than I expected. I played Rogue Warrior, really enjoyed that. Played through Turning Point Fall of Liberty, much better than I thought that was ever going to be. That really surprised me. I had a lot of fun with that game. But yeah, Soldier of Fortune, I mean, cover's pretty cool. The funny thing that makes me, it's got a bloody trigger warning on the back. A trigger warning on a game. I mean, I don't say anything. It's got 18 age rating, and they put a bloody trigger warning on the back in massive letters. Warning, violent subject matter, low violence option included. Who in the right mind that plays video games is going to turn the low violence option on? What a load of bullshit. I swear to God, man, that this crap gets on my nerves. It really does. It even says on the back, 18 rated, contains strong bloody violence. You know, if you're going to be an 18 rated game, commit to it. Don't pander. Anyway, I'll see what it's like when I play it and let you know. So that's the latest 8 additions to the PS3 collection. The rebuild continues. There are tons of games I've still got to find and buy. And I'm getting to the point now where I'm knocking off all the cheap ones and the price is starting to go up. I mean, this one, Payback, was £5. I know it's not a lot of money, but in terms of PS3 at the moment, that is a lot of money. But there are games now that are going to like £8, £10 and beyond that I want to get. There are still some in the £4 and £5 range, which is not too bad. But that's just the way it's going to be. I mean, it's just going to happen. And hopefully at some point I'll get to go to the larger CEX and they've got a bigger selection, so I'll be able to find some of the cheaper games I still don't have, as well as some of the more expensive games. As I Call of Duty wise, I just need World at War. I've got to get World at War. And then there's just like tons. There's just an absolute stack of PS3 games I want to get. I mean, I left behind today, there was The Last of Us was sitting there, and I was like, I can't remember, it's something like £4 or £4.50, something like that. And I thought, do I really want to spend the money? Not really. I've got it on PS4. I'm not in any rush. I will pick it up. I'm just not in any rush today. I wanted to get these. These were more important to me. So I'll just get it at a later date. There's no rush to get that. But I will definitely have that because, you know, I want the exclusives for PS3. And that is one of the best games on the system, so it has to be done. There was a few others I wanted, things like Mirror's Edge, and what else was there? There was a couple I saw, but they were either in bad condition. The manuals had stickers on them, and the usual thing. You know, it's kind of frustrating. The artwork's jacked up. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is, you know. But there you go, guys. That's the latest additions. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, as always. And thank you for watching this video, and thank you for supporting this series of videos as well, because they appear to have gone down really well. The views have been good on them, and you guys seem to be liking them in the comments as well, which is fantastic. It's nice to see PS3 love, because I know a lot of people really adore the 360, and that's their console of that generation. And it's, you know, whichever way you go, 360 or PS3, they're both great consoles. There's loads of great cross-platform, and both have got absolutely fantastic exclusive libraries. So you really can't go wrong, can you? Anyway, thanks guys. See you in the next video.